World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Origin Continent. Volume 8, The Battle of Yulan City. Chapter 326, The Life and Death Formation. 21th of Volume 8. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. I've already arranged the formation, Luo Feng said as he looked toward the Palace Master Yuanxiang. We can strike at any moment. Palace Master Yuanxiang instructed. First, you need to join the city's defense. Like the other elder clones, go and eliminate the infiltrators. The fewer low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms hiding in the city, the longer we can hold out. Second, your identity must remain hidden. If you activate the formation, I'll announce that I was the one who cast it. I understand. Luo Feng nodded. Once exposed, he would become the target of countless enemies. Even if Luo Feng could draw upon the power of Yulan City to reinforce himself, he wasn't confident he could survive the onslaught of the ultra-limit level heart-bewitching worm and a large group of other leaders' true bodies attacking at any cost. Go now. You're the city lord of Yulan City, the palace master Yuanxiang said. If you need anything arranged, just send me a message. I'll issue commands as needed. Luo Feng nodded and quietly left this ordinary cave dwelling hidden in the outer city area. Palace Master Yuanxiang remained behind, silently watching everything. I've done everything I can. The rest is up to fate, Palace Master Yuanxiang murmured to himself. Ever since a new army of low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms had joined the enemy outside the city, Palace Master Yuanxiang had already deduced that at this rate, Yulan City wouldn't last even half a day, let alone more than one. But no matter what, he would hold out to the very end. As Luo Feng rushed toward the Yulan City's core area, he used the city builder seal he had refined to instantly perceive every movement within Yulan City. He could also pinpoint the locations of the lurking low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms. My formation isn't as powerful as the star formation. Then I'll target just one elite lurking squad. Even as he moved, Luo Feng was already splitting his focus to activate the formation. Rumble. A dark cyan storm of swirling clouds suddenly appeared high above one elite lurking squad within Yulan City. At the same time, Luo Feng tapped into Yulan City's vast energy reserves to further amplify the formation's power. Not good. The formation is condensing right above us, it's targeting us. Be careful. Despite having suffered several ambushes, this elite team still had 7 leader-level clones, 5 true body of core members, and 39 core members clones. Their coordination was seamless, surrounded by layers of illusory energy waves to resist the incoming attack of the formation. Boom. A terrifying light burst forth from the swirling cloud, tearing the heavens apart and instantly engulfing the squad. In an instant, they were torn to pieces. How can this be? This formation. It's even more powerful than the star formation. Yulan City is already struggling to fend off external attacks, and yet it can still unleash a formation this strong against us. Only 3 true bodies of core members remained alive, but they were barely hanging on. As the annihilating light continued to rain down, even those last survivors were reduced to nothing. In just over 10 seconds, the entire elite squad was wiped out. Unlike the star formation, which struck multiple squads simultaneously from afar, Luo Feng's life and death formation had focused all its power on a single squad, forming directly above them for a concentrated strike. To the infiltrators, it felt as if this formation was even more terrifying than the star formation itself. The star formation has already dissipated, and all the elders need to focus their strength to resist the attacks from outside the city. How could another grand formation appear? This formation's power reaches about 50–60% of the star formation's powers. The elders were all very surprised. They could precisely gauge the power of this new formation. The star formation had been jointly cast by Palace Master Gaitao and 92 elders, and while Luo Feng's foundations were deeper than Gai's, even with his status as city lord and full access to Yulan City's power reserves, the might of his life and death formation could only reach about half to 60% of the star formation. It was me. A transmission echoed through the elders. I have temporarily suppressed my injuries and can still exert a bit of strength. I'll try to eliminate more infiltrators. Palace Master Yuanxiang said. So it was Palace Master Yuanxiang. Even suppressing his wounds, he's already outshining Palace Master Wei Yang. No wonder he's a practitioner who comprehended 2.5 layers of the Xuanhuan Dao. The elders were all excited. It made sense to them. Before Palace Master Yuanxiang's soul was polluted, he was far stronger than the likes of Palace Master Wei Yang. At his peak, his explosive power was even more terrifying, equal to 2 Wei Yang Hall Masters. Of course, during his peak, Palace Master Yuanxiang wasn't even interested in spending military merits to build a city. His sole aim was to transcend the cage. I truly wish I could suppress my injuries. Palace Master Yuanxiang felt the uplifted morale of the elders, but deep down, he only felt exhaustion. He was struggling just to stay conscious. Meanwhile, in Yulan City's core region, Luo Feng hovered midair, watching a distant infiltration squad. The moment they saw him, they immediately turned and fled in another direction, no intention of engaging. These infiltrators are all low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms with spiritual attributes and their speed is terrifying, Luo Feng murmured. Only by relying on the city's formations can I strike anywhere, at any time and take down these elite infiltrators squads efficiently. While controlling the formation, Luo Feng, as city lord, drew upon massive energy reserves to power another strike against a different elite lurking team. Boom. In the distance, a terrifying burst of light surged forth. Ha ha ha. Another lurking squad eliminated. As expected of Palace Master Yuanxiang. The elders within the city were all very excited. Whoosh. From the sky above the Yulan city's core region, Luo Feng spotted a squad of elder-level experts flying past. Brother Luo Feng. The group greeted him warmly. Only Brother Luo Feng would dare to hunt infiltrators alone. Someone said admiringly. Luo Feng turned to look at them. This squad had 6 members, 3 elder clones and 3 others who weren't elders. Within Yulan City, there are many strong individuals who aren't elders but possessed elder-level strength. Their true bodies are stationed deep within the city and are now actively participating in the city's defense. Seeing Luo Feng relentlessly hunting down infiltrators, these powerhouses naturally treated him with friendliness and respect. It's a pity these infiltrators are too fast when they flee, Luo Feng remarked. But with Palace Master Yuanxiang on our side, his true strength is terrifying. Even if he can only exert a portion of it, we believe we'll survive this calamity. At this moment, the elders around him were very excited. Yuanxiang Hall Master's ability to suppress his injuries and still command such a powerful formation brought them hope. After exchanging a few words, the squad flew off to patrol another area. While they couldn't match the infiltrators in speed, these elder squads focused on patrolling the core region to ensure it remained secure. After all, many elders resided there. With 6 elders in a squad and equipped with secret treasures, they could stand their ground against most enemies unless they encountered the ultra-limit level heart-bewitching worm. Luo Feng frowned slightly. The movement patterns of that ultra-limit level enemy were always monitored by the elders, and squads would do their best to avoid it. But sometimes, the king's speed was just too overwhelming, nothing could be done. The formation I'm controlling alone still isn't strong enough. Luo Feng's frowned. The star formation had reached a certain limit capable of obliterating even leader-class entities. But his current formation only had half of that formation's strength. Those leader-class beings, as spiritual-type low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms, had extraordinary vitality. His attacks could severely injure them, but annihilating them completely. That was hard. Elsewhere. King. Our elite squads are taking devastating losses. We have lost 21 of our 39 elite infiltrator squads. Most of members of these 21 squads have died, and the few survivors are hiding in their lairs and don't dare come out. There's now a cyan formation above the Yulan city that wipes out a squad every 10 seconds. There's nowhere to hide. One after another, the leaders telepathically reported the situation to the king. First, it was the star formation, now it was Luo Feng's life and death formation, and the primary targets were the elite infiltrator squads. These is another army led by Yuan Yan outside the city. Logically speaking, the defense pressure on Yulan City should have increased right now. How do they still have the energy to cast a formation this powerful against us? The king was deeply puzzled. King, our remaining elite infiltrators are panicking. If we don't come up with a countermeasure soon, they may completely collapse. The leaders could clearly feel the fear creeping into their core members. They had reached the breaking point. Collapse could come at any moment. And the king knew it. At first, the infiltrators had been fearless, even eager to fight. They saw hope, they saw the elder numbers dwindling, the star formation being forced to disperse. Naturally, their morale surged. But now, a new cyan formation had appeared and was relentlessly slaughtering them. And this time, they couldn't see an end in sight. How could the core infiltrator forces not be terrified? All elite infiltrator teams disperse and hide immediately. The king finally gave the order. He didn't care much about the deaths of ordinary subordinates. But if everything collapsed now, what was the point in holding on? Understood. Disperse. Hide. The remaining 18 elite infiltrator squads immediately received the command and sighed in relief. One by one, their figures blurred and faded. They scattered throughout the surrounding area, infiltrating various cultivation caves. With their spiritual bodies, slipping into the caves of weaker practitioners was easy. Once inside, they could quickly assume control whether over clones or even true bodies. Under the protection of complex formations, it was almost impossible for ordinary practitioners to discern where these infiltrators were hiding. Since they've gone into hiding, ignore them for now, Palace Master Yuanxiang also gave the orders at this moment. All we need to do is stall. If we can hold out long enough, victory is ours. The elder squads reorganized. Each team was strengthened significantly to ensure they could handle even the ultra-limit level heart-bewitching worm if necessary. At this point, with the elite infiltrators hiding away, only the king and 5 leader-level infiltrator squads remained on the offensive, attacking various areas of the city. Stop them. The elder teams in the core region reformed. Some like Luo Feng and Elder Xingyi chose to act independently, their confidence stemming from strength and skill. The largest elder squad was composed of a staggering 36 elder-level powerhouses, forming a mighty formation. Normally, only 2 or 3 elders would team up at most. More numbers means greater power. Suddenly, the king appeared. He was in one place at one moment, and in the next, had already plunged directly into a team of 19 elder-level experts. While powerful practitioners with clones often carried life-saving treasures, many elders having no clones lacked such protection, or had only minimal treasures. Whoosh! In the span of just a few breaths, 2 elders' clones had already died. The rest of the elders managed to resist using their formation, but the king had already vanished. Come and go freely. Such was the terror of an ultra-limit level being. From a distance, the king spotted Luo Feng and Elder Xingyi, but he had no intention of taking action at all. Elder Xingyi was still an elder after all, and the king was too lazy to take action. As for Luo Feng, a mere non-elder, the king didn't want to waste a single breath on him. Against those who wielded powerful will techniques or had soul-protecting artifacts, the king had no desire to waste time. Only when facing opponents like Palace Master Weiyang or Palace Master Gaidao was he willing to expend more effort. But for the average elder, the faster the kill, the better. If he could take down those whose willpower and soul defenses were weak, then the city's core forces would crumble. The king could already see the dawn of victory on the horizon. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at Middle World 1 YouTube channel.